Hello, myself Pavan Paul, and welcome back to another educational video about historical perspective of management and work environment nowadays at a workplace and the social responsibility of management. There are various changes comes into play in the role of managers now, 10 years ago, 30 years ago, and 100 years ago. Firstly, talking about the technology, there is a lot of difference between today technology and earlier year technology. In the earlier years, managers used to keep or record the data in the book, but nowadays, with the improvement in the technology, managers used to record data in computerized manner, which is less time consuming as comparison to others. And the next one is mental ability. The mental ability to understand, learn, judgment, mental vigor, and adaptability is more in managers now as compared to the earlier managers. And the other one is positive attitude. Positive attitude is an asset for a manager. In the earlier years, managers were prejudged, not understand their problems, but nowadays managers change their outlook towards their customers. They make a good relations, sympathetic, and also understand their problems and try to solve them. Further, the process and performance, the managers of 10 years ago, 30 years ago, the process of level of taking decision is very low and slow. They take lot of time to take decisions, getting informants. But nowadays, managers are more aware and process level effective as comparison to the earlier years manager. Talking about the technical skills, nowadays managers are more specialized knowledge skills to do a task which is lack in the earlier year managers. Technical skills include ability to work with the tools, techniques, procedures, etc. In addition, trends of management in 30 years, remote workers is one of the trend in management in 30 years. This management trend is beneficial to both companies and families as it reduces communicating costs and can have a positive impact on businesses' carbon footprint. Next one is video marketing. As far as management trends go, video marketing is potentially the most important to incorporate in 2019. There are more than 55% people watching at least one marketing video every day, giving it a higher return on investment than every other form of advertising. Third one is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is being used more and more to improve the overall customer experience. These artificial intelligence tools are available now to improve many facts of life for both business and consumers. And the last one is training. Nowadays, various training strategies are developed so that with the change in technology, employees are able to adopt and perform the functions efficiently. Further talking about the social responsibilities to a manager is defined as the obligation and commitments of managers to take steps for protecting and improving social welfare. Our first point is organization resources, and organization resources has a diverse pool of resources in form of men, money, competencies, and functional expertise. These resources helps to work for social goals. And the second part is moral obligation. The acceptance of managers' social responsibilities has been identified as a morally appropriate position. It is the moral responsibility of the organization to assist solving or removing the social problems. And the third point is better organizational environment. The organization that is most responsive to the betterment of the social quality of life will consequently have a better society in which it can perform its business operations. Employee hiring would be easier and employee would of a superior quality. And the last point is efficient and effective employees. Recruiting employees becomes easier for socially responsible organization. Employees are attracted to contribute for more socially responsible organization. For example, a tobacco company has have a difficulty recruiting employees with best skills and competencies. There are some advices which assist to managers, and these are set clear goals. It always sounds that most of the managers simply gets pulled in too many directions instead of figuring out what the most important things for them to achieve are and focusing there. So managers should need to clear what should managers need to do. And the second one is look for trouble. Assume that some things will go wrong and push around to find out what they might be. Instead of waiting for problems to come to you, ask questions. You will often uncover problems this way and have an earlier chance to fix them. And the third most important advice to the managers is think about what your team should not be spending time on. There are different ways or idea in which managers and staff can spend their time. Many of them quite worthy, but some will have more of an impact than others, and those are the ones that managers should focus and on. And the last point is treat people with compassion, even in the hardest situation, like letting someone go. Treat all your employees with kindness and dignity. You have legal power in the relationship, and that comes with the responsibility of exercising it with reason and decency. Under the environmental responsibilities for business, it is expected to operate in a manner that protects the environment. Business organizations should consider these environmental points. Business organizations should store waste safely and securely, make sure it is treated appropriately, and also it is collected by an authorized body such as local authorized authority or a licensed waste contractor. We can also manage waste for recycling by separating paper, plastic, metals, and glass. Organizations should need to think about the risk posed by chemicals or hazardous substances to the environment. Hazardous substances include oil, chemical pesticides, ozone depleting substances, radioactive materials, electrical or electronic equipment, solvents, and pesticides. Organizations should need to clear about the environmental risk for every hazardous substances. And the most important point in which the organization should take care about this is the conservation and biodiversity to be protected by the business organizations. That is the constantly increased human activities cause the loss of biodiversity in the world. All types of business organizations operating near these types of the area should be aware and take responsibilities for conservation and protecting biodiversity. This is not only applies to land-based industries such as farming and foresting, but also to all factories, industries, offices, and other business activities based on or near biodiversity. That's all. Thank you and have a nice day.